So here we are with Andrea Bartoli, the creator of Farm Cultural Park, which is one of the projects that still today, after 13 years, is still working and still changing not only people's life, but economy of an entire region, which is Sicily, in this problematic context, which is Favara, Agrigento. We have worked some projects together. You were always inspiring me, the way in which you work, was speaking to the people. So thank you for joining.
Too generous, too generous.
I think we can today convey to the fact that our project we are speaking about are not aesthetical exercise for institutional entertainment, but really changing people's life. In your case, have changed the entire city thanks to your project that started in 2010. Would you like to introduce the beginning of this experiment?
Absolutely. Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure and honor to be with you. You know, everything started more or less 14 years ago. With my wife Florinda, we were living between Paris and Sicily. And at a certain point, Carla, she was going to turn 3 years old. And I said, let's stay in Paris. But my wife said, I don't want to stay far from you because I do another job. I couldn't do this job in Paris, in France. And so let's stay in Sicily. But, you know, I thought we need to do something. If we stay in Sicily, I could say a kind of compensation tool. I felt very worried about my children, my daughters in Favara and not in Paris, despite having the chance to do it in Paris. And so the mediation was a promise. We promise ourselves we will not cry, we will not wait for anyone to change our life, but we will do our best to change for us, for Carla and Viola, and for everybody.
Wonderful. Yeah. How was the beginning of this project? I mean, you already had a plan of make Favara one of the 6 biggest, more important location in the world for art contemporary lovers. You already had this mission, or?
Actually, when we started, we had a vision, and the vision was to change that place with art and culture. But when we started, we didn't have our resources, our skills, our time, our networks. We are always looking how to use art to push boundaries, to move people, to inspire people to be different, to be more awareness, to decide on what side to stay, and to ask themselves what we're living. Our main, cultural format is countless cities, the cities of the world, and we put together artists and architects and anthropologists and people from different fields to talk about an extraordinary tool to raise our conscience, to build new bridges with other countries, with other communities. And so, but it's just one of the tools of this big thing. It's a little tour of the Embassy of Farm Cultural Park.
Nice.
You see the swimming pool?
Nice. Yes. It's worse.
We see another place.
Okay.
We see exhibition with a lot of artists, but with a different mission. Not just to show an artist, not just to show retrospective, but just about social issues, about things that are important in this moment, about the time we are living, about how many things are wrong. We need that cultural organization, all of us needs to ask themselves, what can I do to change, to do a new step, to go on, to be different.
Yeah, that's important. especially because you started this project with your resources. There wasn't help from the government or project funding. And so this is important to know from other people, that they have access to whatever resources they need when they start to move themselves, to start to move people around and start to create connection. Because this is the most important, I think, resource that we have: connection, human connection, community. And your project is based on this
I
main.
always say the same stuff.
What do you think is the most important when you have an idea and want to realize a project? What do you think is the skills that we need to develop?
I agree with you about resource, which is our relational, all our networks, our big community, a lot of people who share our vision, who want to be part of this community. Maybe it's trying to have different point of view.
How much do you think art can change the world? All part of our system seems to collapse. Art is still speaking the truth. How can art be a promoter of change?
In our small latitude, really more than political. I still believe that art is a powerful. I would like to see a lot of artists in running the country. And so artists can, they have the ability to see things before they happen. They have the chance to imagine the future. So I don't think we can change the world without art. I don't know if art can change the world, but I am sure that we can't change the world without art, without creativity, without critical thinking, without this kind of attitude to think things that doesn't exist.
Very beautiful answer. So you're a communicator. I will suggest this quality for most of the artists, to be communicative, not only with their hands, but also with their words, because it's not something that we have to underestimate, because the words are shaping our reality. How the people can find you and can eventually invest in this project, can donate?
You can invest in Fun Cultural Park in different ways. You can invest in your life, staying close to Fun Cultural Park. I'm always talk with a lot of students and young people, and I say, please stay close to us, because every day we host people from all over the world, artists and architects and creative from different fields, and you can talk with someone that can change your life. It happens many times. A lot of people invested in our project, not just investing and putting money for Fun Cultural Park, but even investing in doing a restaurant just few steps from the 7 courtyards. They believed in one dream. When we started, it was just an individual dream of Florinda and Andrea. And now it is a kind of collective dream. And now it's not Favara anymore, it's Favara and Mazzarino. And in a few days, we are going to bring a kind of consulate inside a place which is, the outlet village in Enna. It's just a preview for you and for your friends.
Nice.
Because in a few days, we are going to announce it. There is this big temple of fashion and retail, and they ask us to curate a project to bring art inside that place, which is very exciting, bringing art in a place where people usually don't see art. So it's interesting how many things are happening in this moment. It's a kind of turning point for Fun Cultural Park. During the pandemic time, we have been anti-fragile. We transformed that difficult moments in new opportunities to rethink our mission, our goals, how to allocate our resources. We are building important bridges with Detroit and Melbourne. In our vision, in 10 years, Fun could be very big in Sicily and have different, embassy in different countries, in different continents.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's quite exciting.
Yeah, it's super exciting. It's the next level of Farm Cultural Park. But bringing this message of art change the world, people change the world, this responsibility. Also, I think mostly artists, they have the myth of institution that can save their life, they can give money, I can buy their work. And so they spend all life and the seek of institutional collectionists, galleries. When they have the power of creating community or enlarge, they extend the range of impact, not only in the artwork itself, but the impact in the community. They are not aware. And so I think this is the most important message that I get from Farm Cultural Park, the way in which exponentially grow. So that's the new step. I'm looking forward to you to extend the Farm Cultural Park here in Berlin to our studio, our community, and share resources.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.